stepping in my lane. Every single trial taught me how to praise. From the dark into the light, he made a way for me. Now I'm living out the truth of who I'm meant to be.
Grab your Bible, open your heart.
Hey y'all, and welcome to episode 3 of In My Walk. I know I missed the last 2 weeks, but I just needed to take a little break, just mentally, and I had some other things that I needed to get done. But I am back, and on today's episode, I'm actually going to be answering 2 questions that I definitely got on my inbox. I got them from quite a few people, worded a little different, but basically the same question, and I definitely wanted to touch base and answer those questions. But before I answer those questions, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And also, if you have a question, go ahead and hit me up on my inbox, and I will definitely do another Q&A on this platform and answer any questions, whether it's motivational, whether it's, just anything you want to ask me within reason. Y'all be respectful. But we're gonna go ahead and get into this week's episode of In My Walk, and we're gonna start off with the first question. So the first question is, why did I start a podcast? Okay, so with that question, it actually was not me. I'm going to be so totally honest with y'all. If you know me or knew me, you know I was a very shy person. I was very much in my bubble. As long as you don't call on me, as long as you don't look at me, I'm cool. I'm going to do what I got to do, and I'm going to keep it moving. But 2 years ago, right before I was laid off of my job due to budget cuts, God was just, I was sitting at the computer, and this may have been like, I want to say maybe a month or two before they laid off. God was like, start the podcast. And I was just basically like, Lord, what am I supposed to talk about? Because I don't know. So I was just like, give it to me. Just give me what it needs to be about. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, because I was in that space of, I don't want to be seen or heard. Like, just let me do what I need to do and keep it moving. I just wasn't that one. Share my story with the world. I was not that chick. I just was not, at that point 2 years ago, I was not who I am today. And I thank God for that, because the old me, I was going to procrastinate. I was going to figure out every which way to get around what I was supposed to do when it came to this podcast. And like I said in the beginning, God, He gave me the idea. I did not know what I was going to talk about, but I knew I needed to start it. And I procrastinated. I did not sit and take the time to listen to Him tell me what it was supposed to be about, to listen to Him on the instructions of how to start it, to just sit and do what He told me to do. And I prolonged it. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I thought about it every single day, like every single day. Like, there was not a day that went by that I was not thinking like, I'm supposed to be starting this podcast. And I did let some people, I won't say people, but I did let some people, I guess I am saying people. Anyway, I did let some people like kind of talk me out of it, in a sense of more so like discouragement. But God just would not let up on it. And so it came back to me, and somebody was like, basically just put me on my behind, like, you were supposed to do something 2 years ago, and God is saying doing it. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to drag my feet with it. I'm not going to do any of those things. I'm going to do it, and like I tell people, I always hear God saying and whisper it in my ear, like, I got you. Just do what you're supposed to do. Just do what it is I'm telling you to do, and I got you. You know what I'm saying? So, as I said, why did I start this podcast? God told me to. Point blank, period. Just that simple. God told me to. And the point of this podcast, there are no particulars. One of the reasons it really started late this year, I was trying to make it perfect. And I'm going to be honest with you. God was just like, it don't need to be perfect. People need to see the real. People need to hear the real. People need to know the real. It ain't easy, but this journey, this walk, it is so worth it. And I would not change it for anything in the world. He has blessed me with some amazing, amazing people in my life. He has just been showing up and showing out. You know, I have areas where I need to work on so he can do even more, but he is doing his big one. And I am so excited. I'm so blessed at the things that he has promised and that are coming. You know, I'm just so grateful to be able to give God praise, to give him glory. So, as I said, in a nutshell, I started this podcast because God told me to, because I have a testimony that needs to be shared. Maybe it'll save you. Maybe it'll save somebody you know. Maybe it'll help in some kind of way. And this is not just about me. That's why I said send me comments, send me inboxes on what you want to know, what you need help with. And I'm gonna do my best to help. You know, I'm still learning. You know, I'm still uncovering dormant that gifts I had dormant inside of me that he is letting me know, hey, you need to start using this. You need to start saving lives. So I'm gonna do what I need to do. Okay. Now the next question, let's see here. Give me 1 second while I open this phone back up because kind of got a little into that question. So the next and last question is, how does it feel to be making your own platform? Making my own platform, it is a blessing. I did not know that I could do this. I did not see myself doing this. I would look at other podcasts and other people who started, and I was just like, I'm happy for them, you know, to just be so comfortable with talking with people and sharing your story. And I'm like, ooh, that's kind of like my story. Like, it's relatable, but I thank God for letting me understand that, guess what? Not everybody's going to reach everybody with their story. That's why I've given so many people gifts. That's why there are so many different, just think about it, so many different genres of music, so many songs from back in the day that are being redone in different genres. You know what I'm saying? So I feel blessed that God chose me to do this. And I am humbled because this is my platform. This is an area where I can come and be me with the world. This is a place where I can come and lay out everything that I'm feeling, everything that I'm going through, and be encouraging at the same time. Because as I've said before, no, this walk isn't easy, but it is worth it. It is so worth it. And if I can bring a soul over to be with Jesus in the end, to walk in through one of those 12 gates, this is worth it. I can put the shyness aside. I can put the box that I put myself in. I can go ahead and tear that up and come up out of it and help save some people, draw some people. So that's what I'm going to do. So to answer that question, I feel blessed. I feel humbled. I feel amazing. I feel free. And I'm just excited about this journey and this part of my life and where it's going to take me. I don't take it for granted. I know this isn't by happenstance. This is just God's way of pushing me into whatever my ministry is, and the gifts that he's given me, and be able to share them with the world. And that's what I'm going to do. I may have my down times, I may have my bad days, but he has blessed me with people in my life that are going to always push me, going to always pray for me, cover me, and pick me up when I need them to. and I do the same for them. And I pray that one day, you guys get to meet them. But as for right now, I'm just blessed. That's really how I feel, and in a nutshell, that's probably the only word that describes it that comes to mind. It may be a word I've never heard of that would describe it better, but that's how I feel. Building something from the bottom, from nothing, and knowing that God is the head of it, it is an undescribable feeling. And I am so happy and so blessed for my circle, for the family that I have, and to be able to do this. And I encourage any and everybody, whatever God is telling you to do, I have learned just by starting this podcast, it don't have to be perfect starting out. Anything that was ever invented, it had some bumps. And they had to continue to mold it, to craft it, to knock out those bumps. It didn't come out smooth just off of the first trial run. So just start. It's never going to be perfect until you start it. And it's only going to be perfect when you let God lead you. And He will chisel away the imperfections that He needs for you to get rid of. You don't worry about that. You just get up and you just do. Do what you're supposed to do. You can start your own platform, whether that is opening a business, whether that is a podcast, whether it is a book, whether you're just a speaker for people, whatever your ministry is, you talk to God, you ask Him. He will give you the answers. Just do it. Be humbled, be grateful, and just do it. And I promise you, there's so much relief, there's so much happiness, there's so much freedom in doing what God tells you to do. You don't have the worries, the stress, or anything. Just do it. It doesn't have to make sense to other people. They don't need to know the ins and outs. Let your no be no and your yes be yes. But with God, always follow. Because He knows you better than your parents. He knows you better than you know yourself. So do what you're supposed to do. And you will see everything come in alignment with Him. So those are my questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this little short episode. I will definitely be back next week with a new episode. And I love you guys. Thank you for your support. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as share and comment. And inbox me any questions y'all got. I love y'all, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.